Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Thursday, the 5th of February. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own chance, and I'm not here to shoot trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at ctmcrypto.substack.com, and it's published on YouTube after a delay of 3 days. All right, great. Let's have a look at the let's have a look at the Bitcoin chart. We are making lower lows. We've hit the weekly lower band, and we are under 70,000. And that means that at the moment, we're not holding the 74.4K area. Getting down to 72K area. 72K area yesterday was okay. Getting down to 69. Not so much. We're losing this level, and this doesn't look as though this is going to develop into a head and shoulder pattern. Instead, what we've got here is the channel. Where's the channel going? Well, this basically, this channel support, if we get there, is about 60,000. And at the moment, that's the only obvious target that we've got. So I'm thinking this could slide further. Now, I'm still thinking we might see a rally. We've got a very nice looking bull window on equities on the historical stats until Wednesday, the week after next. But obviously, that's competing with the news. The Iran thing is not going particularly well. I mean, equities have never been more overvalued. It's pretty obvious the AI thing is a bubble. So I'm expecting to see likely a crash in equities sometime in the next year or two. It might be sooner rather than later. And as and when, what we haven't seen over the last year, and I've been watching out for it, and I've talked about it quite a bit, is the any sign that that we would start seeing crypto moving independently from equities, and we've not seen that. The overall trends have been, obviously, crypto has its own trends, but generally speaking, when equities go up, crypto goes up, and when equities go down, crypto goes down, as of course we're seeing exactly at the moment. If equities are going to go down during that bull window rather than up, we will see. Hang on, wait a second. I think they might. If they've got an average price of 75K, then, well, I'm thinking we may be going considerably lower. We've lost the 74.4K level. We hadn't lost it yesterday, but it's looking pretty lost today. I'm not seeing a really credible scenario for a head and shoulders here. I'm not seeing another head and shoulders here. I mean, potentially I could draw one across here, but it's not nice. The head and shoulder, the left and right shoulder aren't balanced. It's not really a great head and shoulders here. It's not an obvious pattern. We will see. In terms of the divergences on the daily chart, we've lost we're losing the divergence on the RSI 14. We already lost the one on Solana. We're pretty close to losing the one on the RSI 5 too. Now, are we going to see a rally in the next few weeks? Yeah. I'm not seeing this going an awful lot lower without a rally, but could Bitcoin conceivably get down to 60K in this move down? Yeah. I think that is possible, and that target is opening up now because we've lost the 74.4K level. All right, looking at Solana, well, we're losing the 90. We went through the 95 level, then we got to the extended target at 89, and we haven't quite got to the stage where I'm thinking that we're going to see a further slide. But I would note that we've got more targets on the chart. This original double top that formed at the high and broke down has alternate targets at about 75K and 42K. And I'm thinking, I was asked a question a few days ago about whether I thought we could reach that 42K target in this bear market. And I said, oh, yes, very much so. Because as and when, I think at some point in the next few months or a year or possibly 2 years, we're going to see a very sizable decline in equities. And at the moment, well, this seems to be tied to equities. So I was thinking if that's going to happen this year, it's a pretty good chance we're going to see the bear market lows for this cycle then. And is it possible we can get down to 42K on Solana in that time? Yeah, I think it is. I think we'll see it bounce first. We will see. All right. In terms of the daily chart, I had two trend lines drawn in here, and we've just gone through the second one. This could be a bullish underthrow, but it doesn't need to be. We've still got a possible RSI 5 buy signal brewing on the daily, but we've lost, obviously, the positive divergence on the daily RSI 14, which is a shame because that was our nicest one. Somehow, the hourly buy signal is still hanging on, but I'm disregarding it at this stage. Obviously, we've got no sign of a potential double bottom here. We've gone through that. We've now made the Head and Shoulders main target here at 95.24, and we had an extension target down at about 89. We've made that too. I'm watching the 88 level, which is where I would have put my stop if I had a long trade on here, and we've got down to 88.19 so far. I haven't actually got a trade on, but if I had, I'd be on the verge of stopping out. Looking at the Ethereum chart, we've got obviously a fairly strong move down there. In terms of the low there, we've got that at currently 2040. So we've now made the full 2070 target for the Head and Shoulders. We've gone through this trend line here. Where's my next looking obvious trend line? It's not the only one. I could run it from there, for instance. But the obvious one here has got support down at about the 1800 area. And now the Head and Shoulder target is made. Could we see a full reversal back to 1384? Potentially, but I've no obvious sign of seeing that at the moment. What I would say though is that that's the last bear market low, and I would expect to see that respected. I think, but I mean, honestly, the cryptos are going down pretty heavily. This is not great news, and we will see how it goes. In terms of the daily chart here, we've lost the divergence on the RSI 14. We're close to losing it on the RSI 5. Hourly buy signal, again, disregarding at this stage. No current positive divergence on the 15-minute. But obviously, we've made all of the initial targets. The only targets we've really got left here are the channel support target on Bitcoin, which I've got at, actually, hang on, let's run that up and give you an more exact number. Run that down rather. All right, I've got that actually at about 59k at the moment. That is now in focus, and we could reach it. And on Solana, the next obvious target would be 75k, and we've got a double top target there. Quite an old one, but nonetheless a perfectly valid one. So now that the Head and Shoulders is played out, if we are going to slide, certainly if we get below 85k, I'll be thinking about 75k. We shall see. Yeah, this is not losing momentum, and this is the case. I mean, sometimes you get to a sport level and it just doesn't turn. This is always the case, but I have to say, I had a really nice scenario for a rally here, and I'm disappointed to lose it. But at the moment, it's looking pretty lost. So we shall see how it goes. All right, great. In that case, in the absence of more questions, I think that's a wrap. So everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. At which point, I'm hoping we'll have held 28 on Solana, but we are really close to losing that. And mainly, of course, we've retested a low on ES, that may hold. We've still got this historical stats bull window here, but there's not an awful lot to be optimistic about in terms of the equities markets. It's at higher valuations than it's ever been, really. So relative to historic methods of valuation, we're in an obvious bubble, and the government are a bunch of clowns who have absolutely no idea what they're doing. That's not encouraging. So if we're going to see more downside on equities, obviously that's quite understandable. It's just the topping pattern on equities doesn't look cooked to me. Might go anyway, but it doesn't look cooked. All right, no worries, mate. I will catch you later. Everyone, take care. Catch everyone tomorrow morning.